The internet has only existed for a few decades, yet in that short time it has created something that used to take centuries to develop: folklore. In the past, ghost stories spread around campfires through the word of mouth. Legends evolved slowly, changing as they passed from person to person. But the internet changed that forever. Now, a story can spread across the entire planet overnight. A strange image posted on a forum can turn into a worldwide myth. A mysterious video uploaded in the middle of the night can spark thousands of theories. And sometimes, something uploaded online becomes so unsettling it refuses to fade away. Over time, people began organizing these stories into something known as the internet horror iceberg. The concept is simple. At the top are the stories almost everyone knows, but the deeper you go, the stranger things become. The lower levels contain forgotten mysteries, disturbing legends, and unexplained events that have circulated across the internet for years. Some are fictional, and some are based on real incidents, and a few remain completely unexplained. Tonight, we're diving through every level of the internet horror iceberg, from the well-known legends that introduced millions of people to online horror, to the darkest corners of the internet that some stories are so strange they almost sound impossible. This is the internet horror iceberg. These stories exist at the very top of the iceberg. They are most widely known internet horror legends. For many people, these were the stories that first introduced them to the strange world of online horror. Few internet horror stories have spread as widely as the legend of Slenderman. The character first appeared in 2009 on the internet forum Something Awful. The forum was hosting a Photoshop contest where users were asked to create paranormal images. One participant uploaded 2 photographs of children playing at the park. Standing in the background was a tall, impossibly thin figure wearing a black suit. His arms were unnaturally long, his face was completely blank. The user claimed the photographs were connected to a series of mysterious disappearances. What began as a fictional creation quickly took on a life of its own. Users across the internet began expanding the story. They described Slenderman as a supernatural entity that stalked children. Some claimed he lived deep in the forests. Others believed he could manipulate people's minds or erase memories. Soon, videos began appearing online showing supposed sightings of the creature lurking in the background of footage. One of the most famous was the YouTube horror series Marble Hornets, which portrayed a fictional investigation into the creature. The series was so convincing that some viewers believed the events were real. Slenderman eventually became one of the first truly viral horror myths of the internet era, but the story took a disturbing turn in 2014 when a real-world crime involving the character shocked the public. 2 young girls in Wisconsin attempted to harm a classmate after claiming they believed Slenderman was real. The incident sparked debate about the power of internet folklore and how fictional stories can sometimes blur the line between imagination and reality. Even today, Slenderman remains one of the most recognizable horror figures ever created online. A faceless silhouette standing silently in the distance, watching. In 2019, a strange image appeared on an online forum. It showed a seemingly endless office space. Yellow wallpaper covered the walls, the floor was covered in dull carpet, fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. The image itself wasn't particularly scary, but something about it felt deeply unsettling. The caption accompanying the photo introduced a strange concept. According to the post, reality sometimes glitches, and when it does, a person might accidentally no-clip out of our world. Instead of falling to the floor, they fall into the back rooms. The backrooms are described as a massive labyrinth hidden beneath reality, an endless maze of empty rooms stretching for miles in every direction. The air smells faintly of mold, the lights hum constantly, and the rooms never seem to end. Soon, users began expanding the idea. They created new levels within the backrooms. Some were empty, others contained strange environments like abandoned malls, flooded hallways, or dark industrial corridors. More disturbing were the creatures said to inhabit certain levels. Entities that wander the maze searching for lost humans. What makes the backroom concept so effective is its familiarity. The environments look ordinary, like an office building you might have visited before, but something about it feels wrong. Too quiet, too empty, too endless. The idea that you could accidentally slip out of reality and end up trapped in such a place has captured the imagination of millions. And today, the backrooms have become one of the most expansive pieces of internet horror mythology ever created, including a movie coming out later in 2026. Jeff the Killer is one of the earliest and most infamous creepypasta characters to spread across the internet. The story first appeared online around 2011 and quickly became one of the most widely shared horror stories on forums and creepypasta websites. The story tells of a teenage boy named Jeff who became involved in a violent confrontation with a group of bullies. During the fight, Jeff is severely injured when chemicals and fire leaves his face badly burned. After recovering in the hospital, Jeff's personality begins to change. He becomes detached from reality, unstable, violent. Eventually, Jeff snaps completely. According to the story, he carves a permanent smile into his face and murders his own family before disappearing into the night. The story ends with Jeff whispering the now infamous phrase, "Go to sleep." The legend became even more unsettling due to the disturbing image associated with the character. The photo shows a pale face with hollow black eyes and an unnatural smile. For many people, browsing horror forums late at night, that image became one of the most unforgettable jump scares of the early internet era. Smile.jpg is one of the internet's most well-known cursed image legends. The story revolves around a mysterious photograph said to drive viewers insane. The image supposedly shows a husky staring directly at the camera, but the dog's grin is unnaturally wide. Too wide. The legend claims that anyone who views the image begins suffering from vivid nightmares. Victims report hearing whispers in their home. They experience paranoia and insomnia. Eventually, they feel an overwhelming urge to send the image to someone else. The email always ends with the same phrase, "Spread the word." The concept of cursed images has existed for centuries in folklore, but Smile.jpg, also known as Smile Dog, became one of the first examples of how the internet could modernize those myths, turning them into digital ghost stories. Stories that travel from screen to screen. These stories are still widely known but involve deeper mysteries and elaborate narratives. They helped define the early years of internet horror culture. In 2010, a user on the internet began posting about a strange experience involving a video game cartridge. The game was The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. According to the post, the user had purchased the cartridge from an elderly man at a garage sale. The man warned that the game previously belonged to someone named Ben. At first, everything seemed normal, but as soon as players began noticing strange glitches, characters behaved differently than they should, music played incorrectly, the game occasionally addressed the player by the name Ben. Then something even stranger began happening. A statue representing the player's character began following them throughout the game world, silently watching. Eventually, the player discovered hidden messages embedded in the game. Some seemed to reference a boy who had drowned years earlier. The story unfolded through a series of videos that showed increasingly disturbing events occurring within the game. For a time, many viewers genuinely believed the events might be real. It was one of the first horror stories to successfully use YouTube videos as part of its storytelling. Candle Cove is widely considered one of the most creative internet horror stories ever written. The story appears as a conversation on an internet forum which several users begin discussing a strange children's television show they remember watching in the 1970s. The show was called Candle Cove. Users recall puppet characters such as a pirate skeleton and a porcelain-faced girl. At first, the discussion seemed nostalgic, but as the conversations continued, the descriptions of the show became increasingly disturbing. One user remembers an episode consisting entirely of screaming. Another recalls a character hanging from strings like a lifeless body. Eventually, one participant decided to ask their mother about the show. The response he received became the most chilling moment of the story. His mother tells him she remembers him watching television at that time, but there was no show. According to her, the screen was filled with static, and the children would sit there staring at it, as if they were watching something that didn't exist. As we descend further down the iceberg, the stories begin to shift. Instead of simple creepypastas, we start encountering something stranger, internet mysteries. These are stories where the line between fiction and reality become difficult to see. Some of them may be elaborate online storytelling projects. Others are genuine mysteries that investigators on the internet have tried and failed to fully explain. One of the earliest internet mysteries revolves around a mysterious arcade game known as Polybius. According to the legend, the game appeared in several arcades in Portland, Oregon in the early 1980s. The machine looked like any other arcade cabinet, but players who used it began reporting strange side effects. Some said the game gave them intense migraines. Others claimed it caused vivid nightmares. Some even reported seeing temporary memory loss after playing. The story became even stranger when witnesses claimed that men dressed in black suits occasionally visited the arcade machine, but they didn't play the game. Instead, they opened the cabinet and appeared to collect data from it. Shortly after these sightings, the machines allegedly disappeared entirely. No official records of the game were ever found, no manufacturer, no developer, no surviving arcade cabinet. Many believe the story is simply an internet myth that evolved from a misunderstanding of real arcade games from that era, but the legend persists, because even a small part of the story were true, it would mean someone once created a game designed not just for entertainment, but for experimentation. Analog horror has become one of the most popular forms of internet horror storytelling. and one of the most influential examples is a series known as Local 58. The videos appear to be recording from a small local television station. At first glance, the broadcasts seem normal. Weather alerts, public announcements, emergency messages. But as the videos progress, something feels wrong. One broadcast interrupts programming with a warning about the moon. At first, viewers are encouraged to look at it. Then suddenly, another emergency message appears, telling them to avoid looking at the sky entirely. Another broadcast displays strange instructions, one telling viewers to lock all the doors and windows and avoid looking outside. Another appears to be an emergency evacuation order that abruptly changes halfway through. Instead of evacuating, the broadcast tells people to remain inside their homes and wait. The series never fully explains what is happening in the world it depicts, but the implications are deeply unsettling because the broadcasts feel almost identical to real-life emergency alerts, and that realism makes the horror feel disturbingly possible. In 2017, a mysterious YouTube channel began uploading videos of gameplay from a strange PlayStation game called Pets Cop. At first, the game looked like a harmless children's puzzle game. The player controlled a character exploring bright, colorful environments while solving simple puzzles. But hidden areas within the game revealed something darker. As the player explored further, they began encountering strange messages, references to missing children, encrypted text, locations that appeared to exist in the real world. Some players discovered rooms within the game that seemed unfinished or intentionally hidden. Others contained disturbing recordings and cryptic instructions. The deeper the player went, the more unsettling the game became. Eventually, it became clear that Pets Cop wasn't simply gameplay footage. It was part of a carefully constructed horror narrative. But the series was so mysterious and cryptic that for months, viewers debated whether the game might actually exist. In 2017, a Twitter account began posting a series of strange updates. The first message was simple: the sun had disappeared. At first, followers assumed it was a creative writing project, but the account began posting increasingly disturbing updates, describing a world stuck in permanent darkness. Cities were illuminated only by artificial lights. Strange shadow figures appeared outside people's homes. Entire towns seemed to fall silent. Photographs posted by the account showed empty streets and dim skies. As the story progressed, the post described humanity slowly losing control of the situation. People vanished, creatures appeared in the darkness, and the world became increasingly hostile. What made the project so effective was the format. The story unfolded in real time through social media posts, making it feel eerily plausible. For months, thousands of people followed the account to see what would happen next. In 2013, YouTube users discovered something unusual. A channel called WebDriver Torso had uploaded thousands of short videos. Each video showed simple red and blue rectangles moving across a white background. The videos lasted only a few seconds, and the channel uploaded them constantly, day after day, month after month. At first, people assumed it was a glitch or spam account, but as the uploads continued, theories began forming. Some believed the videos contained hidden code. Others speculated they were messages sent between secret organizations. The mystery became so widespread that people began analyzing the videos frame by frame, searching for hidden patterns. Eventually, it was revealed that the channel belonged to Google. The videos were simply automated test uploads used to analyze video compression and quality systems. But for a while, the strange channel had convinced thousands of people that they were witnessing something far more mysterious. By this point in the iceberg, the stories become significantly darker. Many of the legends revolve around rumors of disturbing content hidden somewhere online. Some of them are almost certainly fictional, but the ideas themselves are disturbing enough to linger in the minds of everyone who hears them. Few internet legends are as disturbing as the idea of red rooms. According to the myth, deep within the dark web exist secret live streams where viewers can pay money to watch horrific acts take place in real time. The name comes from the red lighting supposedly used in these broadcasts. Some versions of the legend claim viewers can donate money to influence what happens during the stream. Others claim participants can vote on outcomes. The concept is deeply disturbing, and despite years of searching by internet investigators, there have never been verified evidence that red rooms actually exist, but the idea continues to circulate online. Partly because the anonymity of the dark web makes people wonder what might truly be hidden there. In 2015, a YouTube channel known as Obscure Horror Corner uploaded gameplay footage of a strange game allegedly downloaded from the dark web. The game was called Sad Satan. The video showed the player walking through endless black corridors. Distorted sounds echoed throughout the darkness. Occasionally disturbing images flashed across the screen. Some of the images appeared to be historical photos connected to violent crimes. Others were too distorted to identify. The origin of the game was never confirmed. Some people believe the channel created the footage themselves as part of a horror project. Others believe the game might actually exist somewhere on the dark web. Regardless of its origin, the unsettling atmosphere of the footage made Sad Satan one of the most infamous internet horror mysteries. In 2015, a strange video appeared on YouTube with the title 11BX1371. The video showed a person wearing a plague doctor mask exploring abandoned buildings and tunnels. The footage itself was unsettling enough, but viewers soon discovered something stranger. Hidden within the video were encrypted messages. Some of them referenced government surveillance, others contained cryptic warnings about humanity. Audio analysts discovered additional hidden messages embedded within the sound. The identity of the person who created the video has never been confirmed, and to this day, no one knows exactly who the hidden messages were meant to communicate to. At this level of the iceberg, we begin encountering stories that many casual internet users have never heard of. These are mysteries and horror projects that circulated through smaller online community forums and niche corners of the internet. Some are elaborate storytelling experiments. Others are mysteries that still have no clear explanation. In January of 2012, a strange image appeared on an online forum. The image contained a simple message: "We are looking for highly intelligent individuals." Below the text was a cryptic puzzle. Solving it led participants to another puzzle, and then another, and another. This was the beginning of one of the most complex internet mysteries ever created. The puzzles were posted by a group calling themselves Cicada 3301. The challenges required knowledge of cryptography, computer programming, literature, and even real-world geography. Some clues were hidden within images using steganography. I can't pronounce that. Others required decoding complex ciphers. At one point, physical posters containing clues appeared in cities around the world, including Paris, Warsaw, and Seoul. Those who followed the puzzles discovered that solving one step simply unlocked another deeper layer. Eventually, some participants claimed to have reached the end of the puzzle and received private invitations from the creators. But those individuals rarely spoke publicly about what happened afterwards. The identity of Cicada 3301 has never been confirmed. Some believe it was a recruitment tool for intelligence agencies. Others think it was simply the most elaborate puzzle ever placed on the internet. Whatever the truth may be, the mystery surrounding Cicada 3301 remains unsolved. One of the strangest mysteries to ever appear on Reddit involved the user known as Religion of Peace. At first, the account appeared fairly normal, but over time, users noticed something unusual. The account frequently posted strange messages filled with numbers and coded phrases. Eventually, internet investigators discovered that the username was connected to a website called Lake City Quiet Pills. The website itself seemed harmless. It sold pharmaceutical products. But hidden pages within the site contained a strange list of usernames and numbers. Some people began to speculate that the codes might represent assassination contracts. According to the theory, the website was secretly being used to communicate with hired killers. Others believe the entire mystery was an elaborate alternate reality game, also known as an ARG. Despite years of investigation, no one has ever proven what the messages actually meant. The account eventually went silent, leaving behind one of the internet's strangest unsolved mysteries. The Diania House is an early example of collaborative internet horror storytelling. The story unfolded across multiple blogs and websites. Instead of being written as a traditional story, it appeared as emails, journal entries, and forum posts between different characters. The story revolved around a mysterious house that seemed to appear in different cities. People who entered the house often disappeared. Those who escaped described something impossible. Rooms that shifted when no one was looking, hallways that led to completely different locations when walked through twice, doors that opened into spaces that shouldn't exist. The story slowly revealed that the house itself was something alive, something feeding on the people who entered it. What made the Diania House unique was the way the narrative was spread across multiple websites. Readers had to piece together the story themselves, creating a sense that the mystery was unfolding in real time. By this point in the iceberg, the entries become extremely obscure. Many of these projects exist within small online communities dedicated to experimental horror storytelling. They often blend nostalgia, psychological horror, and surreal imagery. The Mandela Catalog is an analog horror series that presents a world where humanity is being infiltrated by entities known as alternates. These creatures can perfectly imitate human beings, but something about them is always slightly wrong. The series is presented through distorted emergency broadcasts and government training videos. Viewers are instructed how to survive encounters with the creatures. One rule is repeated constantly: do not acknowledge the alternates, because if they realize that you can see them, they will attempt to psychologically manipulate you until you lose control of your own mind. The series became popular due to its deeply unsettling atmosphere and the disturbing implications of a world where anyone you meet might not actually be human. The Wallen Files is another analog horror series that draws inspiration from the dark side of childhood nostalgia. The story revolves around a fictional restaurant chain that used animatronic mascots to entertain children, kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. The concept is similar to real restaurants like Chuck E. Cheese, but in this story, something much darker happens behind the scenes. Through distorted training tapes and old company recordings, viewers learn about a series of murders connected to the restaurant's founders. Eventually, the tapes suggest that the animatronics themselves have been possessed by the victims. The result is a chilling mix of childhood nostalgia and supernatural horror. The Smile Tapes is an analog horror series built around the idea of a fictional drug known as Smile. The drug spreads through contaminated food and products. Victims who consume it begin showing strange symptoms. At first, they simply appear unusually happy, but over time, the smiling becomes uncontrollable. Eventually, they lose the ability to express any other emotion. News broadcasts within the series describe society slowly collapsing as the infection spreads across the country. The combination of realistic news footage and disturbing imagery makes the concept deeply unsettling. At the bottom of the iceberg are theories and mysteries that feel less like horror stories and more like disturbing possibilities. Some of them are almost certainly fictional, but the ideas behind them are strange enough to make most people wonder, what if they weren't? The dead internet theory suggests that much of the internet is no longer controlled by real people. Instead, it claims that automated bots now generate a large percentage of online content. According to the theory, social media posts, comments, and even entire discussions are increasingly created by artificial systems. Real human activity online may have peaked years ago. If the theories were true, it would mean that much of the internet we interact with every day is essentially artificial. A digital landscape populated mostly by automated accounts speaking to one another. While there is no evidence that the internet is truly dead, the growing presence of automated content online has made the theory feel less impossible than it once did. Some conspiracy theories claim that the internet has deeper layers beyond the dark web. One of these supposed layers is called Mariana's Web. The name comes from the Mariana Trench, the deepest part of Earth's oceans. According to the theory, Mariana's Web contains extremely classified information hidden behind advanced encryption systems. Some claim it contains secret government databases. Others believe it may store artificial intelligence research or sensitive information. There is no evidence that Mariana's Web actually exists, but the idea that the internet may contain hidden layers far deeper than we realize continues to fascinate conspiracy theorists around the world. One of the largest collaborative horror writing projects ever created online is the SCP Foundation. The project presents itself as a secret organization tasked with containing supernatural objects, creatures, and phenomenons. Each entry describes a different anomaly. Some are relatively harmless, others are so dangerous that they must be kept under constant surveillance. What makes the project unique is the writing style. Each entry is written like an official government document. Detailed containment procedures are described for each anomaly. The result is a massive fictional universe that feels disturbingly realistic. Thousands of SCP entries now exist, created by writers from around the world. The deep web refers to parts of the internet that cannot be accessed through standard search engines. Most of it's completely harmless. Private databases, academic archives, internal company networks. But rumors persist about strange hidden websites that appear briefly and then disappear. Users claim to stumble onto pages containing bizarre messages or disturbing images. Then when they try to return to the site later, it's gone. No archive, no record, just an empty link. Whether these stories are misunderstandings or something stranger remains unknown, but they contribute to the feeling that the internet still contains countless hidden corners waiting to be discovered. The internet has only existed for a few decades, yet in that short time it has created something that used to take centuries to develop: folklore. In the past, ghost stories spread around campfires through the word of mouth. Legends evolved slowly, changing as they passed from person to person. But the internet changed that forever. Now, story can spread across the entire planet overnight. A strange image posted on a forum can turn into a worldwide myth. A mysterious video uploaded in the middle of the night can spark thousands of theories. And sometimes, something uploaded online becomes so unsettling it refuses to fade away. Over time, people began organizing these stories into something known as the internet horror iceberg. The concept is simple. At the top are the stories almost everyone knows, but the deeper you go, the stranger things become. The lower levels contain forgotten mysteries, disturbing legends, and unexplained events that have circulated across the internet for years. Some are fictional, and some are based on real incidents, and a few remain completely unexplained. Tonight, we're diving through every level of the internet horror iceberg, from the well-known legends that introduced millions of people to online horror, to the darkest corners of the internet that some stories are so strange they almost sound impossible. This is the internet horror iceberg.